All right. Good afternoon to those of you on the East Coast. Good afternoon also to those of you on the West Coast. I'm your host, Brandon Choi, and I'm here with Mr. Lau. Mr. Lau, how are you doing? We're here at 2023 CES. How's it been going so far? I know it's still early.
Yeah, it's still early. We landed yesterday, so we're taking some time to rest a bit, and because we have like 12 hours time difference, between my original location. So yeah, so nice to be with you, Brandon, today. So what are we going to talk about?
Well, I want to, talk a bit about what you have going here at CES. Talk a little bit about Davensi. Am I getting this correctly? And what how the name came together. It has I understand it's an acronym of those various terms. So can you get into that and then some of the features?
Sure. Well, actually, we started as a centralized exchange company at the beginning, and the name was Lord Token. We happened to change our brand because we want to tackle, B2B and high net worth. And we thought Davensi is a nice name. And basically, Davensi is a Web3 financial services company. And obviously, it's a name that is a tribute to Leonardo, of course, because it requires a lot of ingenuity and intelligence to win in a Web3 space. And this is exactly what we're trying to do, win in a Web3 space. So basically, what we do is, like I said, Web3 financial services. This is not to say we're the bank of tomorrow. We're actually building our services, like financial services, like the ones you would have, for at any bank. But we just happen to build it on top of decentralized infrastructure, which is Web3, and which is actually good news. I mean, if you remember what happened like recently, on the crypto world, FTX collapsed. That's a demise that got us to think that we need to get back to basis in a way. And actually, we started before that, and our ambition is to become one of the most trusted digital assets company in the world, uh, because specifically we're not centralized per se, but we do have services that are centralized on the platform, and this is what we're building. Of course, we're building things that can't be decentralized, things like safe access. And if you take a look at Web3, Web3 is quite fragmented, so it's not really easy. So easiness of access is also something we do. And there's something that you can't really decentralize is actually risk management, risk monitoring. And it shows. See, FTX, even if it's a centralized entity, now has disappeared, collapsed. I mean, they went from 36 billion US dollars to zero in less than 48 hours. This is what we don't want to do. Okay, so we want a safe place actually. So we build safe financial services, and safe in a way that we curate the content that exists already on Web3, such as NFTs and things. You heard a lot of about Web3, especially when it comes to safety. I mean, you got heard a lot of wallet hacks, or scammers as well. The space is not safe. It's not even regulated, and people say you can't really regulate Web3 companies. Uh, Actually, we're to prove that we can do that. We can do that because we regulate our services. It's just we had just happened to use a decentralized infrastructure, and that's it. So for Las Vegas today, well, we're going to do something. We is Like I said, we're a Web3 financial services platform, and we've are about to release our first product that we built on top of the platform. So we've been operating since March. So we're kind of a fresh company, new kids on the block, if you will. Now we have something to not only to say, but we have something to show as well. So we show our first product, which is DV Invest, and we see how we are changing the way we see investments, and how investors could invest in the smartest way, smarter than anything they've seen so far, including uh, when it comes to banking, loans, etc. So we're just taking advantage of the massive diversity of Web3.
Awesome. So, with that being said, because I all of this stuff is intriguing, and I want to make sure. I don't know you have so much that you want to share, but I still want to, give you the benefit of the doubt and allow you to be able to also share in the unveiling that you guys have. So with that being said, can you, once again, share where that's going to take place, and where you guys can be found?
Well, my team should know it because we have a boot number or something. We well
One and level two of Venetian Expo, and let me find right away the number of the booth is 66142, and um, I will yes I will
without
let
my
you.
team, so
No
it's
worries.
absolutely a team to
I
work
know
with.
it's also always a constantly moving machine, so I get it. I get it. Um, but so as as that is, we're finalizing those details. It's always fascinating, just in general. Whenever you're coming to a show, of trying to find a balance of things, not just for your to do here for business, but also personally for your enjoyment as well. So in being a fan of much of this stuff, also, are there some things you yourself are looking to check out in your leisure, outside of the commitments that you have here at the show?
Sure. What I was thinking, because being a builder in the Web3 space is not. I mean, you can't do that alone. Uh, and we're actually planning on building a marketplace out of our platform. So we would need, and this would requires a lot and a lot of partners around. So we already have some appointments. I mean, a lot of appointments with those potential key partners. And this is also an occasion for us to show what the platform is capable of in terms of integrating their own product to the platform. So, like I said, Web3 is a huge space, so we can't do this alone. We need people around, and we're here specifically to meet with a lot of people as well.
Awesome, awesome. Well, Mr. Lau, thank you so much for hopping here on the show of Movers and Shakers Unlimited. Again, I want to thank Mr. Lau. I'm your host, Brandon Choi, host and co-creator of Movers and Shakers Unlimited. Make sure you check there in the details. I will put the additional information details there of where you can check out Lavenzi. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of CES, and
See you
see you
soon.
soon. Bye.